Hello and welcome to Box, the football talk show brought to you by Sportology TV with myself, Ali Drew. On last week's episode, we were joined by Richard Amofa from The Athletic. So if you haven't already, make sure you check that episode out. But on this week's episode, the first guest who is joining us, you may know from Leicester Fan TV or from his own Leicester City YouTube channel. He also happens to be a lookalike for Jamie Vardy. Have to mention it, of course. We are delighted to be joined by Lee Chappy. Lee, welcome to the show. How are you?
No one's ever said that before, Ali. I don't know what you mean. I've never heard that. That's new to me.
It's just new that sees it.
I get maybe 3 or 4 times a day out on delivery because I'm a postman. So yeah, it's never gets old.
How's life treating you? Obviously, you say you're a postman, but how's the sort of the lockdown in the last year been for you?
What lockdown? I don't know what you mean.
To be fair, it's been the opposite of a lockdown for a postman.
Yeah, completely. The only thing I'm missing is sort of going to the football and really just going out with the missus and the kids and having a beer and a bite to eat somewhere. That's the one I'm really missing.
Hopefully soon it should be coming back in the next few weeks, hopefully.
Yeah.
I just want to obviously start off. You do Leicester City. You've got Leicester City sort of YouTube channel yourself. You work for Fan TV. Obviously you're a lookalike to Jamie Vardy. Mm-hmm. Which came first? So were you a Leicester City fan growing up?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been a Leicester born, Leicester bred. Yeah, I'm right here now in Anstey in Leicester.
But what would happen if, obviously it would be difficult then if Jamie Vardy played for Liverpool, for example?
That'd be awkward.
It could cause problems.
That could have caused some problems, yeah.
It's worked out well for you. It has worked out that he plays for Leicester.
Just about.
That is your club.
There was a bit of rumblings with it. I won't go into it too much. You can check it out on my channel. It's my first video. It's got about 750,000 views now. It's a BBC documentary that aired about what went down in 2016 with me, Vardy, and an agent. That's all I'll say.
Okay, we'll have to check that out. We will check.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked as a sort of lookalike, like doing the jobs? And do you do that still now?
No, God, no. I stayed clear of it, of what happened. You obviously don't know what happened, Ali. So
we'll have a look at it.
Yeah. Long story. Nasty. Turned very, very nasty. But that's that kind of world, that media world. I didn't know nothing about it, being a postman and just family guy. And then all of a sudden, bang! You're on front news. You're on ITVs with Avon Holmes. You're here. You're there. So yeah, it was a bit out of control.
But you are now on the YouTube scene. So just talk to me about the sort of progression into doing your own YouTube on Leicester Fan TV. Just talk to me about how you find and all that.
Yeah, so after obviously the 2016 stuff and whatnot, I really wanted to do something like covering Leicester or whatever it was. And the only sort of channel that was really around to do that was Leicester Fan TV. It was actually called 100% LCFC beforehand. I don't do content for them anymore. I moved on to my own thing, but I'm still friends with the lads. I don't know, I just kind of enjoyed doing pre-match, post-match chats with a mic outside the ground with fans and whatnot. And then I kind of started watching YouTubers, inspiration from like Mark Goldbridge and Craig from Anfield Agenda and a few others as well, Mr. DT. And I kind of just thought, you know what, I can do that. So I started learning about it, how to make graphics, how to do, well, what you see here on the screen. Just in general, just kind of watch what they did and learn how to do it myself. And here I am doing it.
Yeah, you're doing very well. You are smashing it. What you've done, because you said you started your channel about a year ago, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
You're absolutely smashing it. Yeah, you're doing very well. Do you, obviously you can't do anything really at the stadiums at the moment. Is it all done sort of virtually, the stuff you're doing? And when you're allowed back to the matches, are you going to expand it and go back to the football matches?
That's a very interesting question because on one hand, I won't be able to do what I do, which is watch-alongs now. I won't be able to do it if I go to the grounds. And the other side of the coin is my work, my day job. The hours have changed anyway. It's going to make me even harder to get to the ground on a Saturday. So I've got to look at it and think, where's my heart lie? So I don't know. I've still got to weigh that up yet.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose there's advantages to this lockdown in terms of
Oh gosh, yeah.
And the content that you're doing, it's difficult when you're going back to the stadiums and watching the matches. It means you can't be doing stuff online. It's
exactly. Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk about the football. So we'll start off with talking about England first of all. Obviously they played last night for the World Cup qualifiers. They're doing well. It's a very young team that they've got out there. You know, they're doing well. Just talk to me about how impressed you are with them.
Yeah. I think it's a little too early. No disrespect to England, but it's Albania, and it's San Marino. Come on, we beat these guys all the time. If you don't score against them, there's something wrong.
And I actually think 5-0 is the lowest that they've won by against San Marino. So actually, it's not that good.
Exactly. Well, I think we'll find out the true test when we play with someone like Poland and stuff, who are a lot better in terms of quality. It's a shame that Leicester isn't represented, because obviously I'm a Leicester fan. That James Justin's tore his ACL. Harvey Barnes is still out till probably at least another month or so. And Maddison as well, knee issues. So I kind of, although I watch the England game, my heart don't sort of get into it anymore, because you need someone that represents your club to be involved in it more. And right now I'm just not there. So yeah, it's a bit boring. I don't know how you feel.
There's a lot of injuries. There is a lot of people missing and a lot of injuries going on this season in general.
There is.
So yeah, that's not helping. But hopefully when they start to having some sort of tougher teams and then people come back from injury, hopefully there'll be a bit more excitement there.
Let's just hope. There's some exciting players though, and what's going on with Lingard? He's just turned the fire on all of a sudden.
Yes.
Is he going to go back to United? Long-term contract?
United must be thinking, we'll get him back. We'll take him back. We'll get him on a contract. We'll get him playing. Yeah.
It's strange, isn't it? Our player can be completely off the scene, go somewhere else, and just turn up. It's weird.
I know, it is mad. Well, we need to talk about Leicester, obviously. So they're currently third in the table, having a good season. Obviously, it's that fight. We think Man City are sort of winning it now. They're quite far ahead. But it's the fight for the top four, other top four.
Oh, yeah. Very good season. Just a reminder, Leicester's squad this season, we've had a combined 210 games missed due to injuries.
Yeah, the team with the most injuries.
Mental. Just and we're still, it's probably, give or take, the best season we've had, obviously apart from winning the league, since like 1928, before me and you was even a thought. So it's mad.
Yeah, it is. And just talk to me about the key players and who's sort of standing out for you. Who have you been impressed with?
Oh God, James Justin was phenomenal. James Justin for me has been the player of the season. Unfortunately, took it. It's weird how he came in, because would he have even got a chance with Ricardo Pereira if he hadn't have took his ACL injury originally? Would we have even seen James Justin in the Leicester shirt? I don't think we would have, because Ricardo Pereira was absolute fire. And he took that injury, and then you get this young kid from Luton. I think they call him the Luton Carfu. And he's just been phenomenal. And then he takes the same injury that he, replaced. It's just like, oh no. Harvey Barnes is getting better and better. Kelechi Iheanacho, another one. What's going on with him? 7 goals in 4 games? Something stupid? 8 goals in 4 games? Don't know. This team's fire.
Do you see that Leicester will get that second place spot by the end of the season? Do you think they're probably the most consistent team at the moment around that area? Do you think that they're the ones out of the sort of ones that are competing to get that second place spot?
I think now we're out of the Europa League and we haven't got to worry about that Thursday night football. I think we can really focus on the 2 FA Cup. I'd love that cup. We've been in it 4 times in the final and not won it yet. So for me, I think it's the first semi-final since about 81, 82, something like that as well. So Brendan Rodgers doing well with this club. He's taken us quite far so far, and I'm here for the ride. Yeah, let's try and seal second. I know you want to win the league, but that ain't happening. Man City are not going to drop. No way. There's no chance.
Well, Leicester's next game is against Man City, so it's a big game.
Well, we've done them over before. We've already done them over.
Yeah. How's do you see this one going?
Ooh, our home performances aren't as good as our away performances, put it that way. let's just see. All the players have had a bit of a break. We'll see what players are fit. I think Brendan Rodgers is due for a press conference on, I think, Thursday, Friday. So we'll soon see who's fit and who's not.
It'd be interesting. It's a big game.
Yeah, it is. It's massive. I think it's probably the biggest game of the season, right?
It's do you know, it's getting to that stage of the season where it's getting exciting. Every game matters now. Like it's getting to the point where every single point matters.
It's just mad. It's mad to think Leicester's still there as well. It's weird. I don't know. I've been a fan since since I was a little wee nipper, and seeing them go up and down, yo-yoing in the old Division 1, and oh gosh, the O'Neill years and stuff, and then to see them in League One, and then what happened to our owner as well, R.I.P. Vishai, and it's just mad to see where we are. It really is. I enjoyed being a Leicester fan. I can't explain being a Leicester fan. Seeing us go for, I think it's the fastest grow from League One to top in the English Football League system. I think we did it in 7 years. No one's ever done that ever. It's just a ride. It's a ride and a half. It really is.
And do you see that if Leicester get that second place spot next year, do you see they're just going to build even more momentum from this year? Again, potentially fight for that top place like you did a few years ago.
Of course, look at the age. Apart from probably Schmeichel in the goal and Vardy up top, most of the players are around 24, 25 years old. Some of them are younger. We've got so much youth in this side, and don't forget this. I prepped this for you. Don't forget the Maguire money bought us this.
Yes,
that's what Harry Maguire money gets you.
It looks nice on a nice day as well.
That's a world state-of-the-art training facility for £100 million. So for one player to get that will help progress your team for future generations of this club. Where we're sitting right now, I'm just so mind blown. Yeah.
And what have you made of the season as a whole? Not just Leicester season, but just the whole Premier League season. Obviously, there's been no crowds, bar I think about a week or two.
Yeah.
And it's been a bit of a crazy season. Teams have really jumped up and down the table more so than we've ever seen before.
Results are all over the place. No one saw Aston Villa beating Liverpool, 7-2. No one's seen that. I didn't see Tottenham Hotspur turning Man United 6-1, but it happened. It's a weird season. A lot of players, I think, rely on that 12th man. Particularly Leicester, I think, at home. I think we do rely on that 12th man, and that's why maybe our home performances aren't as great as going away. Because when you go away, it's a completely different ball game. You go there to take the points, but at home, it's almost like you've got to defend those 3 points, and without that 12th man there, it's a bit difficult. Yeah,
because they're hoping that the last 2 games of the season they're going to have crowds, so everyone will have a home game with fans.
Yeah.
And obviously next season they're hoping will just be normal again.
Normal? What's normal, Ellie?
Well,
normal?
True. This is true. It'll be back how it was before. For certain teams, as you say, like you say Leicester, it is more important, isn't it, to get that fan base back?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a few teams in there that are the same, exactly the same. And some teams have never had fans like at stadiums like Man City. So sorry, I had to put that one in. And it's just been a weird season. It really has. Without the fans, it's a strange game of football, especially with the fake chants in your ear as well. It's weird.
Do you like the crowd noise?
No, God no.
You watch the crowds?
It's awful. I try to get rid of that noise.
Because sometimes there's 2 channels, one with crowd noise.
Yes, there is. Yeah,
I have to watch it with. I find it bizarre without.
Well, I try to. Well, if I'm watching Leicester on the watch along, I usually try to put the radio commentary in my ears instead.
Right. Yeah.
And just mute the TV because I can't stand those fake noises. But I think even the radio sometimes do it as well, don't they?
do actually. Yeah, they do. That's true, because there is background noise. And obviously, no, they're not. Yeah. They're doing it as if they're there with the crowd. But
I'm quite surprised that the Premier League didn't look into doing what the WWE do, the wrestling. They've got like a virtual crowd. Like almost like a Zoom link, and you're on your own monitor, sitting in almost your chair sort of thing, all the way around stadium. I think that would be quite quirky, but it's a bit late now, isn't it?
Yeah, that would have been a great idea, because I know at the beginning they had, I don't know whether they're still doing it, they had, you could, if you still paid for your season ticket, you had your face like on your chair.
Yeah.
But that's silent, so that's no good. It would be good to have the screens with the zooms on.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's a great idea. You should have pitched it earlier on in the season.
Yeah. I don't know. Lockdown, what are we on now? 3? Lockdown 4?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Lockdown 4.0 will be there. Don't worry.
I know. What do you make of probably the most controversial sort of topic of the whole season is the VAR and the refereeing, and the rules around VAR. What do you make of all that?
It's called football, not arm ball, right? The one that got me was, I think it killed Leeds. I can't remember who they played. I think they lost like 4-1 in the end, but it was Patrick Bamford's arm. It was like pointing where he wanted the ball. That's all. That arm's not interfering with play. It's got nothing to do with the maneuver of the ball. It's not going to get in the way of the ball. He was pointing. Yet apparently he's offside. How it's explained to me, Ali, it's football, right? The only players on the pitch that use their hands and their arms are the goalkeepers. Yeah. Talk to me. I lost my mind at that point. That's where it was. And like you get these VAR lines, like they look like they've been drew by
all over the place.
Oh, something needs sorting drastically.
Yeah. Do you think that they really need to, at the end of the season, sit down, look at the rules and what and make it simpler? It needs to, or maybe not get involved in certain areas, because it seems to complicate things more.
It's only going to get worse before it gets better. I think it's going to get far worse. Yeah,
because haven't already announced some of the rules are changing as of the next season, but they're leaving.
Yeah,
they obviously know there's a problem, but they're leaving them for the rest of this season.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's a bit like a game of chess at this point. I'm looking at all the pieces, and they're not going together for me. Which bit's going where? I don't know.
And what do you make of the sort of refereeing? There's been a lot of attention on refereeing recently, and people saying that they need to up the sort of the refereeing skills or their training to make it better. What do you because there was an incident where the ref said the kick could be taken and then blew the whistle before.
Oh yeah.
Goal. And what do you make of that? Do you think the refereeing needs to improve?
I think people are overlooking something. There's no crowds to jeer the referees. There's no crowds to put that pressure on referees. It was about 4 or 5 years ago. Jamie Vardy got red carded. I think it was against West Ham. I think we drew the game in the end 2-2. But I think it was John Moss who gave him the red card. And if I was John Moss, I wouldn't have then left the stadium. I'd have had a bag over my head and getting into the car. It was that kind of, level of atmosphere. Yeah. That's not there at the moment. There's no, I should probably give that because the crowd. There's none of that. I think some of the decisions are at the minute a bit hokey because of the situation we're in. This football that we're watching right now, it's not quite the football that we're all used to. And I think we're looking at every little thing and we're picking things out. I think we're just being a little bit, we want to get back to the stadiums, that's all. I think we're just excited to get back and we're blaming everything at the minute on our own self sort of need to get there.
So overall, from this season, we've not got long left. You predict that Leicester are going to get that second place spot?
I said we'd get top 4 this season. Yeah, after what happened last season, losing Ricardo Pereira in particular, and replacing him with Ryan Bennett. Yeah, that kind of sums up why you finish 5th and not, in the top 4. I think Brendan Rodgers would have learned from that last season, and definitely I'm looking at it and thinking we look a better side than we did last season too. I think we can secure top 4 for sure, but why not go all the way? If you can't get first, you get second, don't you? Yeah,
it'll be great to see. It will be, and it's close. It's exciting. It's going to be close till the end. It's great.
Yeah, and hopefully we actually get to lift some silverware as well.
Yes, I know that. I mean, that would be the cherry on the cake, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and we've got the better fixture as well. We've got Southampton.
Yes.
Wembley Day with no fans.
I know things like that, occasions like that. Do you think that the Leicester side, any team, I guess, would be affected by that? Because part of going to Wembley is playing.
What's the point?
fans, yeah. You may as well just play it in a local park.
It's true. It's true. I'd definitely go to the local park. Yeah, it's a shame because, like I say, it's our first semi-final since 1982. So to not be able to, like, the fans to go, I mean, I think you only get around 10,000 anyway because of all the media that get the tickets and corporate and stuff. But it's a shame, isn't it? It is a shame that you can't fly those blue flags for the Foxes. It's a shame.
Yeah, it'll be great for everyone once their fans are allowed back. I think everyone will appreciate being able to go a lot more, because it was almost
yeah.
You do take for granted stuff that you've never not had, I suppose.
Oh gosh, yeah, we took for granted definitely, especially when we were under Claude Puel. All we did was this: watch the ball going sideways. So yeah, we did take it for granted. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to going.
You'd love that right now.
Oh gosh, yeah, I'd be like, yes. Oh dear, yeah.
Well, we ask everyone in the sort of football media world who they think the greatest player that they've ever seen play live is. So I'm going to ask you.
Any team or
any team. I'll ask you Leicester specific afterwards, but for now, anyone you've ever seen play live.
I've seen Zlatan. I've seen Angel Di Maria scored that absolute worldie against Leicester on that 5-3 that we turned it over and gave them a right good battering. That was on my birthday as well, so I've got a little personal commitment to that fixture. Gosh, I even went to back in the day. I went to Brazil versus Jamaica as well, which was hosted at the King Power. It was about 2003-4. So I've seen some world-class players as well, but I mean, I was only a lot younger then. Oh, Esteban Cambiasso as well for Leicester. It's a bit of a tough one, that.
It's hard.
Gosh.
Put you on the spot.
Oh, yeah, you have. I got hard. Who have I seen?
It's difficult because I suppose the more you've seen, the more option there is.
Dennis Bergkamp.
Okay, yeah, good choice.
Dennis Bergkamp at Filbert Street. I was only a kid, and I was wowed by him. Dennis Bergkamp.
Yeah,
all day long.
That is a good choice.
Yeah. One of the best strikers I think I've ever laced the boots. I think it was. I'm not sure if it was a fixture where he scored 3 against us. And it was a 3-3 game. It went mental for Ian Wright and Steve Walsh, almost getting into a fist fight. What a performance that was. Yeah, Dennis Bergkamp.
Good choice. And who do you think is the greatest Leicester player ever? Not just that you've seen, but, ever. I thought you might say that. So presumably he's the best Leicester player you've seen play as well.
It has to be.
Yeah.
There's no other. There's just who else? Who else? No one even comes. Well, there's a few players that might come close, but I weren't born. Some people say Keith Weller, but again, weren't really my era. Gary Lineker weren't really my era. Vardy, Jamie Vardy, isn't it?
Gotta be.
It has to be. Can't argue. That's it. Simple. Easy.
Easy. Yeah, it is. And
I want to say his phrase, but I can't because I don't know if you swear on this channel. So
yeah, you can.
Chat shit, get banged, basically.
It's to be fair, he's a. Do you think that he's gonna? I mean, he is gonna stay at Leicester for the remainder of his career and then retire?
Yeah,
as a Leicester legend. Not many players spend majority of their career or even most of their career at one club.
Yeah, he's so loyal. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's very unusual now.
I think he probably did have the chance to go to another club. We know that we've seen the links with Arsenal after the 2016 Premier League title. I think he made the right choice in the end, because if it didn't work out for him, it'd have been a Troy Deeney, wouldn't he? He would, though, wouldn't he? But he's not as he's Jamie fucking Vardy. Chat shit, get banged and all that. Yeah, he's brilliant. An absolute legend of the club. Goal scoring machine, never stops, just an absolute engine, and we all love him to bits. Yeah. And he has got to be the biggest shithouse in the game of football for shithousery. Honestly, come on, there ain't no one better. The goating and all that. Suck it to the veins. Suck it to the veins.
Because obviously he's retired from his international duties with England.
Rightly so. Rightly so. Gareth Southgate was flying him all over the place and sticking him on the bench or putting him on the wing.
Do you think he made the right decision there?
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah, definitely. Prolonged his football career club-wise. And then you've got the management of Brendan Rodgers, which has changed his game. If you watch Jamie Vardy now, he's not the Vardy of 2016 chasing the ball every minute of the game. You don't do that no more. I don't think he's probably got that in him anymore of 90 minutes of chasing the ball around. Vardy, fetch. He hasn't got that anymore. So he saves those runs for when he needs it. Down the channels, bang, he's in. Over the top, bang, he's in. Through ball through the middle, bang, he's on. None of this chasing defenders anymore. And he still does it now and again, but not to the level he did. Yeah, and that's man management from Brendan Rodgers for sure. And
he's good looking. Presumably, you think he's a good looking man.
I don't know what it means. Sarah, what do you mean?
Thank you so much for joining me. It's been great talking to you. And
I appreciate it.
For the remainder of the season for Leicester.
Yeah, I know. I don't think we need the look, to be fair. This
no,
time
you don't need it. Save it to someone else.
Thanks for having me on, Ali.
Thank you. Great to be joined there by Lee Chappy. But guys, stay tuned. We have lots more coming up. We've got another guest coming on this week on the show. So please stay tuned. Keep supporting the channel. Do what you can. Like, share, leave some comments, whatever you can. We do appreciate it. And we will see you next time.